I'm not going live tonight, so I'll just make it very brief. That's a bad loss, man. That's a bad loss. It was probably our biggest game of the season, and we got absolutely clapped. Shout out to OKC. I think they were just amazing. They looked quicker than us, more athletic than us, livelier than us. But the book's out on us. We're slow and we're old. We play slow and we're old. We're not very big. We have three bigs, but we don't have size in the front court. We don't have a playable power forward by modern standards. Kawhi Leonard's been kind of anchoring that, and it looked like we were hanging around in the first half, but second half, that third quarter, felt very similar to Minnesota, where we just completely collapsed. First thing I want to say is I have been saying we need to, try to play James Harden a little bit less because it feels like he's been racking up the minutes. But I mean against those teams we should beat without James Harden having to play 35 minutes plus. These good teams, if there's games you want to play him a lot, these are the games you got to play him a lot. And he didn't do anything wrong, really. Of course, defensively got attacked a couple of times, and he tried his best, but, you can't trust James Harden to guard SGA. But overall, I thought he got pulled a little early in that third quarter. And Russ, I mean, he was our worst player by a lot tonight. By a lot. And it was very similar to that Minnesota game. And, I can't excuse the missed layups anymore. I mean, it's been happening since the Lakers. We've seen it here in Los Angeles. The thing is, to me, he still does some other things to overcome that, whether it be offensive rebound, getting to the basket and making a play. But I'll tell you what, man, when teams go small or a team can combat our small ball, which the Thunder like to go small a lot, if he's not getting by, then what advantage is being created? Because when he's off the ball, they're going to sag off and dare us to pass to him. And then when he's on the ball, if he's not getting, he's getting downhill and getting to the cup every time, but he's not finishing. Some of them are just point blank misses. I don't know what to say about that. It can't happen. Because when he misses that, they take advantage of transition. And how many times did we get blocked tonight? That was a block party they were hosting. And every time we got blocked, Zoo, I love Zoo, and I thought he had a great start to the game, but he's getting blocked left and right. He also just doesn't get a fucking call, and he never has. Refs, NBA officials, if it's a Zubats, can you treat him with a little more respect? He's been a starter in this league for a couple of years now. It's insane. But anyway, he doesn't get off the ground at all, clearly, because he gets blocked so much. And then Terrence I thought was decent, but he needs to let it fly consistently. Sometimes he's letting it fly, no hesitation. Other times he's getting scared when he's on the drive or open for three. He's got to keep firing. He shot well tonight from three, so keep firing. But I thought, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. He did some other things, but Russ was bad. Paul George, I mean, he needs to be better. We know who Paul George is. He's really inconsistent in the regular season, but he's got to be better. If we get this version in the playoffs, we're not going to win the championship, and then with some serious conversations need to be had about Paul George's ability to actually win a championship. That no one's going to want to listen to Podcast Pete. Those comments are going to be flooded with hate because he's got to perform. He has a third star now. We put this team together with him, Kawhi, and role players expecting to win a ring. Now he's got James Harden. He's got to be great. We need 2 of those 3 to play great. And also, second half on defense. That was a layup line. What was going on there? First of all, Mason Plumlee, against good teams, his defense doesn't hold up. His defense doesn't even hold up against bad teams, but we still get away with it because we have enough talent. And he still is, decent at what he does. Rim roller, finishes around the basket well, makes some good passes here and there. But I think we go back to Tice. He has more toughness, offers more resistance at the rim despite his lack of size. The second Mason came in this game, it felt like they were scoring every time they wanted in that first half. And that third quarter, though, we're giving up a layup line. If we want to go small like that, then we need to stay in front of the ball because there's no point of going switch everything when the other team can pick who guards them, who guards their best player, and we can't stay in front of the ball, and then we have no secondary rim protection in terms of help because we're going small. To start the fourth quarter, we had Paul George playing the 5. Kawhi, he had a decent first half defensively, but second half, everybody, at least once it seemed, got beat back door. And what are we talking about in the fourth quarter, or was it late third quarter? Jalen Williams is walking into a 3 with a simple high ball screen from Chet Holmgren, and Amir Coffey and Paul George are not talking at all. Why is Ivica Zubac? He was guarding Lou Dort and had him trapped in the corner, and then he's switching with Terrence Mann off the ball with no communication at the end of the shot clock, and Lou Dort gets an open three. These are, fine margins, man. That's why I say it's so hard to win a championship. These are the kind of mistakes you just cannot make. These are simple communication errors. Okay, we have enough trouble staying in front of the ball, but there's a lack of focus there in two games that have really been huge for our standing. And now Kawhi after the game is saying that we're going to be in, we just want to get top 6? Excuse me? No, no, no. We got to be top 3. If anything, top 2. And it's still in reach. I'm not panicking or making any hot takes over this game. I see the timeline going crazy on Russ and Paul George. I'm not going to say anything crazy. But they got to be better. Okay, we don't have size. We should have gotten another 4. Very clearly, it's obvious that we should have. It didn't happen. Every team has some kind of flaw. Our stars got to be better. We got to stop pampering these stars. Kawhi Leonard gets double teamed. Okay, he still only shot 12 times. Get your fucking shot attempts up. James Harden, 9 shots. Please. Serious. And only 2 assists, so he wasn't creating the same advantages. He's got to be more aggressive. Paul George, he needs to have a little bit more awareness. Kawhi needs to be getting the most shot. They were giving the ball to Kawhi line. He was getting double teamed a lot in the second half, I will say. But when Paul George is bricking, he's got to get some easier buckets before he just keeps jacking. That's my takeaway from that. In the fourth quarter, I think we got some good looks at 3, but I think his first 3 shots were 3s, and it's just like, how many times are we going to see him have a crazy stretch from 3 at one point of the season, and then all of a sudden, he just falls in love with long jumpers, and he starts bricking and gets away with what makes him great, and that's a diverse appetite, or what is it? A diverse shot diet, mid-post, mid-range, top of the key, where he catches the ball differing as well, catch and shoot, but also being aggressive going to the rim. One thing that hurts him, he doesn't get a good call. He doesn't get a good whistle. He gets no calls. Doesn't matter. You got to still keep trying because they'll come eventually. That's all I got. 7 minutes. Are you even able to post 7-minute videos on Twitter? This is my mini episode, I guess. So there you go. I still got to do locked on clips. It's okay. We got a lot of games left. Just got to win, take advantage of the games that we're supposed to win. We don't got OKC anymore. Now we lost the tiebreaker, so we can't tie with them. They're a good team, man. I got to give Chet credit. He's a beast. And, of course, SGA.